this is Sally, and today is day 14 of my weight loss journey, so I'm just here checking in. Alright, so here's the recap. I started 2 weeks ago on Monday with a detox, and I did the detox for about 12 days with a gallbladder flush on the last day, and that would have been the Friday night, which was about 2 days ago. Yeah, so after I did the gallbladder flush, yesterday was my first day of eating normal, and today is the second day. Okay, so I started off 2 weeks ago on Monday with a weight of 66.9, and then on Friday morning when I weighed myself, it was 64.9, so that was a loss of 5 kg. However, I knew that it was on a very strict diet, and so I knew that I might put some back if I did not watch my diet again. So anyway, I did my gallbladder stone flush, and as promised yesterday, I'll give you a rundown. Okay, so the reason why I needed to make sure that I ate a clean diet and have my colon cleansed was so that the gallstones can actually flow out of my body unimpeded by the debris, so to speak, on the colon walls and all that. So I drank a concoction of 180 ml of lemon juice and 180 ml of flaxseed oil, which didn't feel really good. So I drank it all in one breath. So I think holding my breath and literally drinking it really fast helps. So after that, I'm supposed to lie on my right with my knee close to my chest. And that's because the gallbladder is on the right side. And by lifting my legs up and leaning on the right, it would encourage the concoction to go into my gallbladder. The lemon juice would help dissolve the gallstones, dissolve or soften the gallstones there. But before that, the past 2 weeks, I've been regularly drinking a lot of Honeygir, which is a mixture of apple cider vinegar, honey, and water. And the apple cider vinegar actually is also there to soften the stones. So back to what happened. During the gallstone flush, the lemon juice softens the stone. The flaxseed oil will actually cause the stones to float upwards towards the gallbladder duct, and then to exit out of the gallbladder and back into the body. And the whole idea is then to flush it out. So after I drank my concoction, I knew that I had to be in bed as soon as possible. But I had to do some washing up with the juicer and with the container. So it was maybe about 3 minutes or so before I went to bed. So I checked with my mentor Lydia, how was the process like, and she said about 3 to 5 minutes might be a bit late, and so it could be that the concoction I drank might have just not gone to my gallbladder. Hopefully some of it had come in, and she said ideally it would have been better if it was immediate. So I'm not sure about that. I felt a little disappointed, but not that much, because I intend to do the gallbladder flush again in about 6 months' time. So a friend of mine would actually do a double flush, meaning she does it once like today, and then the next day she does another one. Yeah, but like I mentioned earlier, it was more of a craving, so I wanted to break my diet on Saturday itself, so I didn't want to do it again. So, and anyway, the feeling of actually drinking the concoction, actually the first time when I drank it, it didn't really register that much. The next morning I was burping flaxseed oil, which was not a good feeling at all. During the night when I had to lie on my right with my knees close to my chest, it didn't feel really good. Like I could feel the solution, something moving within my body. Yeah, and then and I couldn't really sleep, and I was quite worried because I had a full day the next day on a Saturday, full day of work. So I really needed sleep. So after about 2.5 hours of lying that way, I started to kind of like move around, like on my back and on the left, because I tried to persuade myself that about 2.5 to 3 hours, and that was confirmed by Lydia that it was sufficient. 2.5 to 3 hours would be sufficient time for whatever gallstones to float out of the gallbladder and into my body. And so all it needs to do is just travel down the GI tract, the gastrointestinal tract, and end up into my rectum, and for me to pass out the next day. Yeah, so I figured that if that's just the case, it shouldn't matter like whether I sleep on the right or the left or on my back. But the next day, I wish I had thought to ask Lydia about this. I just confirmed after the fact. I think it's because I did my gallstone flush before. That was about 3 years ago, and I think I managed to just remain on my right. Yeah, so it just didn't occur to me. But I was quite keen to sleep. I just couldn't afford not to sleep because I had work tomorrow. So yeah, so anyway, that was what happened. So a little bit disappointed, but okay. And then after that, on Saturday morning, I broke fast, literally, by having my first cooked meal in almost 2 weeks. So I had porridge, I had cabbage, I had fried eggs, in salted veggie. Yeah, and apparently, I showed Lydia the photo of my breakfast, and she said, oh, what's the cooking oil? What kind of cooking oil did they use, etc. Then I said, well, I don't know, it's from the food center, so I don't know what kind of cooking oil. But I felt like I couldn't really be so particular about stuff, food, in terms of what cooking oil. I think maybe the more bigger matters like reducing white rice that I consume, or reducing the meat, that might be more feasible. Yeah, so anyway, what happened was I had that at about my breakfast at about 9, and then I was working all the way, and my intention was to actually have my dinner at 7:30. Yeah, so in between I would be at work. There wasn't much of a break. There was a half hour and 1 hour break in between classes. And I had actually intended to have maybe a biscuit or something in between, but in the end, I felt lightheaded. I think it was just because I didn't have enough food or nutrients or whatever. So I felt lightheaded, and I didn't feel good. I felt cold, and I was thinking, oh no, am I like getting the coronavirus or something? But I was cold. I wasn't like feverish or coughing or anything like that, right? So I am sad to say that at the office, I wanted something hot just to warm me up. So unfortunately, biscuits and whatever snacks they had wouldn't do. And so I ended up with instant noodles. I'm sorry, I felt quite guilty. It was my first pack of instant noodles in like maybe 2 months. So I had that, and I felt bad because it was almost like right after my detox, and I had that, right? But I just I really needed something to keep myself warm, and I was thinking, oh no, what's my body absorbing now? It's so clean, and then it's like so ready for nutrients, and I'm eating instant noodles. So anyway, I couldn't conduct a class feeling lightheaded. I really needed to eat. And so I did that. And after that, at 7:30, I went down to have my vegetarian black vinegar ginger soup with mee sua, which is excellent. I really liked it. I don't regret that I broke fast for that. So anyway, today is the next day, and so I'm kind of used to like not eating. I'm kind of used to the little tinge in my tummy when I feel hungry, that constant dissatisfaction, in my psyche. So today I just woke up, did my coffee enema, and then had some bananas. So that was about it. Yeah, so now it's late afternoon, almost 6 p.m. Yeah, and I'm still okay. Probably I might get an orange juice later. I weighed myself. So remember on Friday I was 64.9, so that was about 5 kg difference. So I just weighed myself just now, just before the video. I was wondering, wow, I had kind of like 3 meals yesterday: my porridge, my instant noodle, and my black vinegar mee sua. So I was quite certain I put on weight, and today I didn't do really much, even though I didn't eat. but I didn't exert much effort. You know, I stayed at home instead of going out and all that. So I weighed myself just now and I was 52.3. So like I put on 300 grams. Yeah, so we see how it goes. I will share with you my food schedule maybe tomorrow. I'm just thinking about rules that I want to give myself in terms of selection of food and in terms of where I go. Currently, I have on Facebook, I have been saving up, you know, posts of different vegetarian places that I would like to go. Yeah, so anyway, I'll share with you how that factors into my food schedule, and I'll see you in the next video.